These valet sheep accidentally dyed their head wool pink after rubbing their heads on red painted feeders. Barnsley, UK. Not gonna lie, it would pretty much make my day if I would just drive somewhere and see random sheep with dyed pink hair. Because you're kind of expecting them to be white. It just honestly make my day. And why the hell are your feeders even like staining their wool in the first place? That does not seem like a good idea. But oh well, the end result is kinda pretty. Hello BabyQueers and welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing some accidental comedy. For the first time. This time I'm actually sure we've never been on the subreddit before, because I've never been on the subreddit before. But it should be fun, right? But either way, you know the deal, y'all still gotta get hydrated. So grab some water, or some tea, or whatever else you like to drink. And I will check out some more funny memes. Are you hydrated? Good, let's go. Online death certificate request. The person listed on the death certificate is myself or someone else. Could you pre-order death certificates for yourself? Because I don't know if you already clicked on someone else, or if the myself button, like why would you even put that there? Because unless you can pre-order and be like, okay, today's I don't know what today is, the 11th or something. Let's order it for in a week and then I'm gonna off myself. Why would you do this? Just, it makes me very worried for the people who programmed this. Because you had to know. Tsunami warning, get as high as you can. Which is solid advice, but some people might take it the wrong way. But listen, once you've climbed to the highest building or mountain or wherever you can get to, you can still feel free to get as high as you can, but maybe getting as high as you can first is still a good idea. I may be stupid. I may be dumb with a fake, like, second slide. How many times has this been done, though? Because that's the kind of thing, like, it may have been funny the first time. It may have even been the second or third time, but after that, it just gets boring. Like, I recognize that this may be the first time for someone, but listen. We all have those moments where we feel stupid. But why you want to go out of your way to create those moments for other people? Just why? Hey. Hi, how are you? Fine. What are you doing? Nothing. How's your day? Fine. Okay, I guess I'm gonna leave then. Ask women, how do you deal with loneliness as a single woman? I know a lot of people think this is probably funny. See, this is why I wasn't on the subreddit before. Because yes, it is kind of funny, but at the same time, loneliness doesn't necessarily mean you don't have people you can contact, because loneliness is just a feeling. That doesn't mean you have to reply and be super chatty with some random dude hitting you up. Like, if this person is your friend and they're genuinely trying to check up on you, then yeah, replying back like this isn't gonna help with your loneliness. But if it's just some random dude who's starting to hit on you and you're really not in the mood for it, honestly, I mean, just saying, hey, not in the mood for texting, or just not texting back at all that time, might be a better approach, but listen, you can't take it that personally if people don't reply. Tell me a joke. Okay, here you go. Have you ever tried to eat a clock? No? Okay. I mean, with certain softwares by Amazon, it works a lot better. You know, like, they can actually tell jokes. They're not necessarily the funniest jokes, but they're funnier than whatever the hell this is. Which is funny, but not for the reason you thought it was, you know? Are there really people out there who use paper plates all the time instead of using a real plate and washing it? Depression meals. My wife just divorced me over text and sold my dog, causing me to be alone on my birthday. Honestly, in that case, like any kind of depression meal or whatever, I actually really get just using paper plates. Because then you don't have to worry about the dishes. You have to worry about taking the trash out though. But I can honestly understand wanting to use a paper plate. But I don't think people use them all the time, really. That seems really strange. Do people actually do that? But honestly, I'm so sorry about your dog, because your wife seems it's your dog. Why is she going around selling your dog? Just get divorced and leave the dog with him. What are you doing, ma'am? I didn't realize, but turns out this stairway access door is a liar. No exit. Well, maybe. I mean, there is a door there, so it's kind of an exit. It doesn't just go into a room and not anywhere else, so kind of, but maybe that's not an outside door, and that's what they're trying to tell you. To be like, hey, if you want to go downstairs, this isn't an exit. But then even if you get to the first floor or the ground floor, whatever you call it, I guess you can still go outside. So this door is definitely a liar. r/jobs. Thank you for your hard work and dedication for the team. Here, have a pizza while we enjoy our money. 2X chromosomes. My husband put the pizza in the oven with a cardboard on. I asked my husband to put the pre-made pizza in the oven. When I checked on it, I was greeted by smoke and cardboard in the oven. This is excellent timing. Because some people just don't have practical thinking skills at all, and somehow still manage to make a lot of money by having other people work for them. Which is why they order pizza for their team and not make it themselves, or, because this would happen. They might accidentally burn down their precious firm or company, This is what would happen, so they have to order it instead. r/no stupid questions. What happens when you don't tip in America? US Capitol 3 years ago today. Unrelated, but who knows what happens, because I don't think people go around not tipping. Like, if you not tip in Germany, it's fine. Like, they still really appreciate it when you tip, and you usually will tip. But if you don't, it's fine. But in the US, who knows what might happen? You don't want this to happen again, right? So you better be tipping. It do be like that. As a therapist, I can say confidently that while therapy is helpful, what most people really need is money. I do work here, lady. I don't care about your money, lady. Listen, there's a difference between technically needing more money than you earn and selling out, which is probably what this story is about. Because, yeah, money does not solve everything. And giving someone money doesn't give you an excuse to be a total asshole. So, yes, what people really need is more money, probably, or for shit to be less expensive. Kind of both would work, right? If you get the same amount of money, but everything, instead of being this expensive, is suddenly this expensive, you can't even see my hand anymore. It would also help. Or just, raising the money you receive over what you need to pay for daily life, would solve a lot of things. Also, having, especially in service jobs, having customers that aren't total dipshits would also greatly help. Yeah. Double the sadness. Students. Oh my god, why do schools teach us about this subject? Why don't they teach us about taxes instead? Also, students, if school actually taught taxes. Yeah, listen, it's complicated. It would be a mess, but it would still help. But MRL, I'm glad I learned about parallelograms instead of how to do taxes. It's really come in handy this parallelogram season. Yeah, listen, I get that not everything you learn has to be, applicable in real life later. But still, what's the harm in doing less of the stuff you'll probably never need and doing things that students will need? Because listen, taxes cannot make these people cry more than advanced math will make most kids cry. You know, same with like basic like cooking classes or something. You don't have to teach these kids anything fancy, but the amount of people who have managed to burn their pots while trying to make pasta is too damn high. You know, cooking some pasta, cooking rice, you know, knowing how to fry vegetables, frying eggs, anything really. But, you know, because if you teach kids these kind of skills, it's way easier for them, and there's less of a like mental hurdle for them to later teach themselves more advanced cooking if they want to, you know. HP Smart, you're low on ink. Never run low on ink again. Is this a threat, HP? Is it? Because it seems like it is. I know it's just an offer, but you could have phrased this better, I guess. You know, in a here's how you never run low on ink again, or, you know, something along those lines versus never run low on ink again. You know, it's... I know you have like very limited space in these like pop-up messages, but maybe reconsider. Okay, I found this in a thrift shop. What the fresh hell is this? I don't even want to know what this top post was referring to, because maybe it's better than this one. Like, maybe it's less whatever the hell this is, and more kind of, okay, that's kind of weird, but it's okay. Or it was worse. And I really don't want to find out. I mean, we will never find out, but I really don't even want to in this case. Okay, what's the big deal with these cups, and why are people overbuying them? Why are Americans obsessed with water bottles? Why are they obsessed with branded water bottles like Stanley's or Hydro Flask, especially those who buy them in multiple colors? What is the need? Yeah, listen, I have 2 water bottles, because that way I can put one into the dishwasher and have it like cleaned out properly and washed properly, and then I'll just use the other one till I want to wash it. You know, 2 I might get. I could just use a glass in that time, I know. But 2 I kinda get. But like, why do you need like 4 or 5 as one person? Because sure, like if you have 4 or 5 family members, sure. But what are they doing? And especially these kind of cups. There's been so much, like, people either love them or they hate them. A lot of people hate them because they're not leak proof, which is kind of rubbish if you're on the go. Like if you're like in home office or something, or even like if you're in the office and you fill it up at work, and then, you know, but it's really big and it's just kind of impractical. A lot of people love these because they say since they're so big they drink more, but what is the point of buying them in bulk? You know, you can't miss me. You really can't, apparently. Please take down these signs before more people get into car accidents, because what the hell even happened? Like, how fast were you going, and how the hell did you know? Because I don't know what color the other side of the sign is, but if it's also like a bright color, how? What happened? Did you fall asleep or something? I mean, you picked the right sign to crash into, so congrats on that, but how? The ultimate laser adventure. Or it used to be, until Steven over there blew up the whole damn building. That wasn't the point, Steven. I'm banning you from all laser establishments, because that is not safe. We care, don't stop. Or we don't care, stop. You pick, but either way, I can excuse the HP one, thinking back on it now, because this is giving very, very mixed signals. you know? Because why? Before printing something on a huge ass billboard, or even before starting running an online project or like marketing strat thing, wouldn't you maybe sit back a minute and think, hey, this is saying what we wanted to say? What is this even for? To know more, keep driving. That's cryptic. Okay, that's didn't help at all, really. What will you absolutely not be doing in 2024? Nipping balls when shaving? Why are you asking? If you don't want to, then be very, very careful when shaving so you don't. But sometimes, you know, it's the small things you say you don't want to do. I guess. I don't know. Is making, like, negative resolutions actually more helpful than doing positive ones? Because I kind of feel like it's not. Like, if you say, okay, I want to become really fit this year, or I want to go to the gym consistently. Okay, sure, cool, great. But is saying, I don't want to be inactive anymore actually more helpful? Because I don't think it will be. Born to ride Donald J. Trump. I mean, if you try to fix it with a no homo button at the bottom, this would become even funnier. Because then you already realized that you messed up big time with your jackets. Which, fine, it's not a giant banner, but it's still very much the opposite of what you're trying to promote. Because you're gonna be the most homophobic person that if someone even so much as hints at the fact that you're gay, even as a joke, you're gonna completely lose your shit. But you don't think twice about creating jackets like these. That was a smart move, actually. Garfield canonically has psychic power to invade your horny thoughts. Garfield needs lasagna. How did you do that? I made this lasagna instead of worrying about being alone on New Year's Eve. Apparently, Garfield is in all of our heads sometimes. But then again, lasagna is just really good. I really like lasagna. People don't like seeing me eat lasagna because I will take it apart into layers again. But that's unrelated. Garfield was in your head, man. And it's incredibly wholesome because he was like, hey, no, listen. It's not a horny thought, but we're still gonna invade it because worrying about being like alone or lonely, no. Lasagna. And I think Garfield did a good job. And you did a good job on the lasagna, honestly. It's quiet. Too quiet. When it's January 1st, 2024 and nothing terrible has happened yet. Japanese livestream volume warning. Okay, you really shouldn't have said anything. Listen, it would have been totally okay if we went a few days into the new year. Before shit started to fall apart again or continue to fall apart, it would have really been okay. But you tempted it, and here we are. Several things have already happened, but then again, it's like already... Oh wait, isn't it like the 15th or something by the time this video comes out? Either way, enough shit has already happened, and I think we're already done with this year. Ah yes, right, the South Lake Union Trolley. Listen, I know that if that's what you call it, you don't have much choice if you want to abbreviate it, but maybe just pick a cute nickname for this Union Trolley instead of using the actual abbreviation. Listen, that's not what you were going for, I hope. This is your last chance. This is Bob. You will only see him once and never again. This is your last chance to say hi to Bob. This is Bob. You will see him again. Say hi to Bob, though. Yeah, listen, these posts have never been funny, though, haven't they? I mean, you messed up big time, because now it's actually right above each other. Or, like, right next to each other. But listen, these posts have never been funny. Like, sure, Bob is cute, you know, but I kind of prefer the wholesome posts of, hey, this is Bob. Nothing bad will happen if you don't, like, react or anything, but say hi to Bob. You know, he wishes you a nice day or something. It's cute, it's fine, but why would you do this? You know, people are just gonna repost it in random subreddits, and you will see him again. My Little Pony, a family-friendly show. Also My Little Pony. You can't do this. This is a kid's comic. Yeah, I mean, you can, because a lot of, like, kids shows or something will include, like, jokes or, like, imagery that little kids will literally not pick up on, because they're just gonna watch and be excited about the ponies running around. But the adults who are forced to watch it with their kids will probably catch the, like, innuendos or, you know, and enjoy it. So actually, you can absolutely do this to a kid's comic or a kid's show, because people do, and people will continue to do that. Which is honestly fair, because then when you watch these shows you love to watch as a kid, and you watch them again as an adult or something, you will recognize too, and it'll be even funnier. I'm 12 weeks pregnant, and I feel like I'm way too big already. My husband and I experimented with my horse one drunken night around when we conceived. Is it possible I'm actually carrying a foal? I'm scared to go to the ultrasound and then make me abort it. I'm pro-life 100%, and even if it is a horse, not judging, especially if you live in Arkansas. This poor dude, he's just taking care of his foal, and, you know, maybe it's freezing outside, so he decided to take him inside or something. Totally wholesome, totally cute, but then you had to have the luck to be posted directly below this. And also, what the hell is going on in Arkansas that no one's allowed to judge, but especially if you live in Arkansas, you're not allowed to. What is happening in Arkansas, and do I even want to know? Because I don't think I do. Why women live longer than men? Testing if a shark can smell a drop of blood. Case in point. There are many examples, but this is a pretty perfect one. Because why would you do this? Instead of just be like, hey, you know, maybe if, you know, like everyone says a drop can smell even a single drop of blood, maybe we don't test it. Maybe it's fine. Maybe sometimes we can just believe people. But no, you decided to test it, and especially the fact that you went swimming with a cap already tells me enough. Like, listen, if you put the cap on as soon as you get out of the water, fine. Listen, maybe you just don't want to take care of your hair that day. You know, but my god. Drive-through. And this is why understanding language is important, because it said drive through, not drive over. But people didn't think that far, and they just went, oh yeah, drive through the sign. Oh well. Poor sign. Someone please fix it. But listen, it's not that damaged, because even the lighting still works, so you didn't damage it too badly with driving through the sign. So I think you're okay. New Year resolution. Fucking dying. Or as my dangerously stupid coworker once said, it's suspicious how they make the virus only hurt people who aren't getting those shots. Did you just really have enough with people saying really, really stupid things? Because this isn't a brain fart you didn't think and just like spoke first and then recognized what the hell you just said was completely unhinged. This is a wholehearted belief this dude has, which he's said on numerous occasions. So yeah, honestly, having this New Year resolution because you're tired of putting up with it might seem like a good approach. It's probably really not. But I can kind of see where you're coming from. Okay, in terabytes, how much porn is estimated to exist? Porn is bad. Okay, but that is not an answer. Because no matter how bad it is, no matter how many like scientists have said it's bad for your brain, there's still a lot of it, so I'm not sure if this counts as a morbid question though. It's kind of a question that if you say it in like normal conversation, people are really gonna look at you weird. But it's not really a morbid question, right? To infinity and your mom. What are you saying, Pixar? Like really, what are you saying? Also, you don't want to go to my mom. You really don't, trust me. This automated sperm extractor machine helps donors. Santa on his 4th billionth glass of milk. Santa, I really hope you've been drinking milk. But honestly, if you're able to chuck a full glass of other white stuff, I would kind of be impressed. In a really kind of uncomfortable way, but I would still kind of be impressed actually. Traditional pig knock, partially cooked, pork-based beverages. I just found Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy broke up. Who do you think was at fault? I'm kinda thinking it was Kermit who had this cookbook, but we will never know. We will literally never know. And honestly, I for one don't understand why we're so invested in this one. But listen, it's a good solution. Anyways, that was all the memes I have for today. I've come to the conclusion that people are kind of weird, but then again, we already knew this, or at least I did. And I've also come to the conclusion that I don't understand people, but then again, I once again already knew that. Not sure that was supposed to happen on the subreddit, but that's where I am. Let me know where you are. I don't know if you enjoyed these memes. Do you want me to cover the subreddit again, or no? Do you want me to try different subreddits? You know, let me know in the comments, and I'll be back in a few days with my next video.